guys. So today I've invited you into the conversation that I wanted to have with my husband about a term that he keeps throwing at me that I just need some clarification on, baby. If that's all right. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Tell me.
This masculine energy term that you keep throwing.
Oh, masculine energy.
It's a little annoying.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be offended by it. I feel like when you say it to me, it's meant to be offensive, and so I kind of just don't know where it's coming
You
from.
think it's meant to be offensive?
I do think it's meant.
I don't think you should take offense to it. I think you should take accountability for it. Um, it's one of those
Take
things where,
accountability.
yeah. So,
Okay.
the masculine energy comes from my understanding, and for what I use it for is to say, okay, my wife is in a masculine frame right now. Either she's unhappy with me, for whatever the reason may be, or she is just taking it, she's going above and beyond to do things that she shouldn't be worried about. For example, for us, okay, I remember one time you'd asked me to help you paint your office. I said, okay, I'll help you paint, but not today. We'll do it on a certain, I gave you a specific day that we were going to do it. Okay, you went and got the paint, did all this stuff, right? You asked me again while I think I was doing something else. I think I might have been just even playing the video game. And I'm like, no, I told you I'll help you on this day. And so you puffed up at me, you mad. And then all of a sudden, you're in there painting the room yourself. Okay, well, that's fine. If you want to paint it yourself, that's cool. The problem that I had with that is that you had the audacity to be angry with me, even though I'd given you a time, a date, everything that we were going to, I'll help you with this on this day. So why all of a sudden now do I have to deal with, and not necessarily irate, but different energy in my house?
I take offense to a few of the terms that you choose to use. One, I didn't puff up at you.
You puffed up. No, I don't know what you mean. What I don't know what
The
you
words
think puffed up. You puffed up. You got your lip out, and you raised a little hell in the house.
I probably got an attitude because on the day that it's supposed to happen, instead of let's just get this done and out the way, your ass is sitting and playing a video game for hours. So when are we actually going to start the task? That's annoying.
I will help you with this on such and such day. And this was during the week. This was a weekday. And to actually even bring
Deshaun, I ain't never asked you
listen, Kim,
during on a
let me bring sooner. And it's always revolving some freaking paint. Um, oh, I want to paint the whole house. Right? Remember you said that? This was before the holidays. I want to paint the whole house. I come home, daughter comes home. There's one wall painted on the house.
well, I didn't ask y'all to help me, so I didn't feel like I needed permission to say what I was about to do. I just got up and did it myself.
Yeah.
And that's what I
And
do. But get offended by me taking the initiative and not waiting around for you. If I've asked you about something, let's run it back. Don't start from the middle.
no,
No,
I'm listening. Go
go to
ahead.
the beginning. So I asked you guys in April, hey, I really just want the house painted.
Mm-hmm.
And so May came, and I was like, well, maybe you'll go ahead and do it while I take Michaela to Vegas. They came June, July, the whole damn summer. So here we are, December. No,
What, December?
it was November. Y'all were gone. I was like, I'm going to get up and go ahead and just paint
Mm-hmm.
because
Well,
so that's me being in masculine energy.
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but I'm just talking about it in terms of you um, wanting things a certain way. So this is the thing for me. Um, we told you that we would help you paint the house. Okay, so this is one of Kim's projects. She wants to paint the house. Nobody else thinks about that type of stuff. Okay, I can understand where you want me to take initiative and say, okay, let me go on to get this done for her. And I'm pretty sure that would have made you happy. My biggest objective and my biggest problem, was keeping you happy and not upsetting you. I agreed to help you with it, not take ownership of this particular task. You saying that you wanted it for your birthday or this and that, but we were still supposed to do that together. And so the other part of it is, as far as masculine energy is concerned, is just being able to hold your mate and accountable, and then also still be in a feminine frame. The yelling, the
It's a feminine frame.
feminine frame, soft. Hey, baby, I really didn't like the way that you did this, as opposed to, you know, fire and brimstone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You act like,
damn, she's really mad because I didn't paint a room.
okay, I feel like even your descriptions, the adjectives that you use are in an extreme. But if I've had to repeat something to you, then why would I be soft? Hey baby, why do I have to come to you and change my tone?
I'm not saying it like that either, Kim, but I'm just saying there's a certain way that you're supposed to approach. That's just like if I'm mad at you about something and I let you know, but at the same time, there's a difference between I say, hey baby.
My issue with the term is that you're using it as like slander. Like,
no,
you need to get out of that masculine energy. I think you listen to like too many Kevin Samuels videos.
No, I did used to listen to Kevin Samuels, but it wasn't for that.
Lets me know.
It wasn't for that.
The fact that you are admittedly letting me know that you listen to Kevin Samuels.
You know that I was listening to Kevin Samuels.
And I didn't agree.
But that's not something that I'm throwing at you because I was listening to him. But but this ain't about him. At the same time, I'm like, why am I having these problems with my old lady when we could interact differently? I feel like in relationships, you should never feel like, okay, why are we fighting? Why are we barking at each other? That's different. But that's what I'm saying. That's where the masculine energy term comes from. We're fighting. You actually I'm not saying that you have to back down from a disagreement or whatever.
That's the way.
But and I shouldn't be over talking you harshly, but we should be able to have a what Amanda and them call that?
Heated fellowship.
Heated fellowship. Let's do that as opposed to roaring at each other. And that's where I feel like, okay, because there is a difference.
Hold on, but I feel like any pushback that I give you, even just the way that you describe me, is now you puffed up at me. I didn't puff up at you. I just told you that I disagree.
Mad. No, I specifically remember this. I'm like, she's mad and I remember it because I'm like, I told her that I was going to help her paint that this weekend or whenever it was. I'm purposely fixing to let her ass paint that whole room by herself. I'm not going in there. I bolted myself to that video game to say, I'm not going in there. Did I feel bad? I did. I felt bad because I don't like for you to do anything, stuff like that yourself, picking up heavy shit and this and that. I don't like to let you do that. When we first met each other, I didn't like you opening car doors and this and that. You felt I hate to use the term because I don't want you to feel bad about it, masculine energy, because I'm like, damn, let me open these doors. Let me be chivalrous. Let me try to treat you to something that maybe you ain't got to open no door for me. Well, damn. Okay. You open your own doors.
Okay. You rewrite history a lot because when did the door thing become an issue? It became an issue leaving that New Year's Eve party, y'all. It became an
New Year's Eve party.
When we went to the people that we don't hang with no more. You know,
okay,
them folks.
What about?
When we went to their New Year's Eve party and we were leaving and you were like, hold on, baby, I'm gonna open the door. We're all standing outside. It's January. It's cold as fuck outside. And instead of, let me go ahead and start the car, put her in the car, you making me stand out in the cold with you while you finish up conversations with these dudes. So I walked my ass over to the car like, I'm just gonna get in this damn car. Kim, I told you I was gonna put you in the car. You turn that into a thing. And I'm like, I can open my own door. Why the hell would I sit out here in the cold waiting for you to open a door, waiting for you to finish a conversation, for you to open a door for me?
I apologize for that, and I understand that, but that still wouldn't hurt me from opening your door on January the 2nd or the 3rd or the 4th, whenever else.
Like I bunged you out the way and said,
I'm just saying that it was a thing. It was a conversation.
I'm not going to go ahead and walk to the car and open the door. It's either hot or cold. You always doing it in some damn extreme temperatures. I'm just going to get in the car. I appreciate that you want to open the car door for me. But if you're going to make it inconvenient for me waiting for you to open this car door, I'll just get in the damn car.
Then that makes sense. That makes sense. But that was also 4 years ago, so that never stopped anything.
But the problem is, one, your ass clearly was harboring it because you had brought up this shit from 4 years ago and painting the room 3 years ago and talking about how that's how
I'm giving you examples of this.
That's how I'm in my masculine energy. But then I'm telling you, it don't have shit to do with being masculine.
Whatever.
That's just common sense. Go ahead and open the door and let her get out of the cold and sit at least in a warm car.
Okay.
Let me open the door and let her sit and start the car.
So, I mean,
That's
the whole term of the masculine
No, you-
energy stuff is, why am I having to be combative with my wife, or
You-
why is she being combative with me? And we can really
point out
just have a
things that don't make
smooth
sense.
conversation.
I'm just pointing out things that don't make sense. And I always start a conversation smooth. But when you start saying stuff that doesn't make any sense, anything that I say that gives any pushback, you say that I'm operating from a masculine.
That's not always the case.
I take offense to that because I'm like, okay,
That's not always.
Should I start saying that you're operating from a feminine place? For me, you saying you're operating from a masculine energy, and the way that you say it, the context that you say it in, to me is the same as me saying, okay, you operating from a feminine place.
But
To me,
that's
it's
not
one and the same.
But that's not the same, because if you want to be, there's opposites between a man and a female, masculine and femininity. So if you want to bring yourself up to a masculine level, I'm just going to elevate the masculine level. So now we're fighting, and you're holding a masculine frame against a man who more than likely physically or whatever, even if we raise our own voices right now, if both of us raise our voice is going to outmatch yours. So let's not even get into that. Let's have a smooth, nice conversation. We can discuss our differences, but don't try to match heights of, you know what I mean? It's because somebody has to de-escalate the thing anyways. But if it's always going to be
it's good on me to have.
Not saying that either.
You
but
said
I'm not saying that. So you just reversed it. So if you're going hard, you're going crazy, right? You talking shit. Now I've sit here and she's been in such a masculine frame for this long. I'm not fixing to let her do me like this. Now let me go ahead and talk my shit back.
So let me tell you what I just heard. What I just heard you say is, when in the moment, which is kind of rare that I really just go in and start hollering, but in the moment.
I've only used that term masculine energy for you very rarely.
Hold on.
This isn't an every week or every day or every argument type of deal.
In my opinion, you said it pretty often.
Maybe it just stuck with you.
If
you just remember it, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You remember that. I don't know. Go ahead, I'm listening.
What I heard you say is, if I start to yell or be in an argumentative state, that now I've elevated to being masculine, and instead of, maybe you take the L because maybe I had a reason to be yelling at you.
That's fine.
Something. What I heard you say is, okay, she's been in this masculine frame, so I need to out masculine her.
Oh, I
think get louder.
I think where it becomes an issue.
I heard you say.
But I feel like it becomes a certain issue for men where it's like, okay, I'm being very calm with her and she's being irate. She's being over the top. A lot of the times it's okay, I'm going to leave. Men are told to leave the house. Just leave the house, man. Go for a drive. Go for a walk. Go do this.
Don't tell you.
Because she's going over the top. And it's like, why would I have to deal with it? So that's what I'll be like, man, you acting like a dude right now. Or if it ever gets to a point.
A dude, that's me having a reaction and emotion. That's not me acting like a dude.
I can handle it, but when you're the one that can't handle the term masculine, it is. There's a way.
That's called emotion.
I stated earlier that there's a way that you can be emotional, you can hold me accountable, and still be soft and get your point across. Not yelling, not fighting, not pushing these buttons that you know are going to escalate into other things. Why do that?
It's okay for me to have emotion as long as I show it by still.
You can be mad.
Stay soft. I think for the sake of keeping peace, we're going to have to agree. We're going to have to reconcile. We're just not going to agree on this.
Kim, there's Google. Look up the term masculine energy. It's an actual term. It ain't something somebody made up just out of nowhere.
I know it's a term, but I feel like you're misusing the term.
Did you read the term?
Unless I'm going to start saying every time that you need to walk away, you need time to be something.
You going to call it a feminine?
Do I need to?
You can't call it
or
that.
Or can I just say he needed space?
He needed space.
And can it not just be, okay, I really pissed her off and she needed to let off some steam. Me letting off steam or giving you back the energy that you've given me isn't me operating from a masculine place. That's me emoting.
Venting. Venting is different, but venting, emoting, or whatever, but when you're lashing out at somebody, that's totally different.
Yelling is never going to be great, but every time someone yells, it is not being masculine. It's not an abuse. It's
I
not.
think you're taking a lot of my stuff. How do you feel like situations go? Let me see how I want to put this, because it's a very sensitive subject, because
This is a sensitive.
well, for some people, if somebody's trying to, do you think that somebody's going to be attracted to somebody if they're upset, if they're mad, if things aren't clicking, or if the energy is off? I want you to be in a feminine frame of mind, a feminine.
I think we're gonna end up having to agree to disagree. But I'm trying to see your perspective. You told me what a masculine frame is, or masculine energy. What's a feminine frame?
What's a feminine frame?
Yeah.
Soft, submissive, somebody that's pleasant to be around, somebody that is just exudes attraction, somebody that I would some type of sex appeal, where it's like, okay, this woman is adorable. I could spend the rest of my life with this woman, and I could be around this woman all day, every day,
Okay.
as opposed to her being mad all the time.
Okay. So, with that in mind, if you've gone to our joint checking account and you overspent some money, then you want me to stay in my feminine frame. I'm really disappointed in the fact that you spent this extra $400 out of our joint checking account and you didn't talk to me about it. Instead of, Deshaun, what the fuck is wrong with this account? Like, so because I said, what the fuck did you do to our money? Now I'm operating from a masculine place.
No.
Because I wasn't being soft and submissive.
That wasn't
And
it.
to me, that's
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, because that's just verbiage. But as far as, I'm talking about where it's like, okay, baby, yeah, I shouldn't have spent that $400. And then it's like this, right? Okay, we had the conversation, but the rest of the day, you're puffed up. I can't even come touch you. I can't come hug up on you or nothing. It's like,
I'm still mad.
Get off of me. You could be mad.
So I need to,
I'm saying without resolve, yeah, you can be mad.
And I need to hurry up and get the fuck over it.
I'm not saying,
or I'm considered mad.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're that mad to where you need to say you need some space, and go on ahead and give yourself some space. That's my opinion.
Why do I have to verbally say, give me some space? You just said, okay, but later in the day, you need a whole damn week.
I'll take a week because I'll be mad. So if you mad, take your time.
But if you just acknowledge that I'm mad. You overspent from our account without saying anything by $400. So you knew I was going to be mad about that, and you didn't give a damn.
When did I spend over the account for?
Now
that's a scenario, right?
That's a scenario, but you spent out of our account that you know I've asked you, don't mess with this account, and you've repeatedly done it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so basically you don't give a shit about how I feel about it. You're just going to do what the fuck you want to do anyways. So with me having that mindset of, damn, I've talked to you in my soft feminine voice.
What about patience?
Hold on. I've talked to you in my soft feminine voice and asked you, baby, I've asked you to quit spending out of this account, and you continue to spend out of this account, but you did it anyway. So now my tone is going to change.
What
I'm
about
like,
patience?
what? I did have patience, and you kept spending from that account.
I'm a nigga now.
Okay, ninja.
Oh, that's cool. Keep it real. Keep it real.
So, but you kept spending out of the account. So yes, my tone is going to change. My body language is going to change. My attitude is going to change because your behavior hasn't changed. So you're
what about the patience side of things?
A change in me.
Okay, so that's verbiage and that's communication. So what about patience?
Not just verbiage.
What about patience?
The patience was spent. So I can still have feminine energy as well as be an independent person. You know what? I don't have to wait around on this. I don't have to wait around on this man.
I told you I was going to do it when I was going to do it. Okay, but that's besides the fact. The masculine energy thing is a thing. And I feel like people need to pay attention to it. I know that we were pointing the fingers back and forth at each other this show, just to give an example of
feminine energy is the thing too.
Feminine energy is your thing. But in relationships in general, I think that it's very important to learn some of these terms, figure out if those apply to you. If you are having problems in your relationship, then, try to nip some of that stuff in the butt, talk about it, get on a common ground with some of those things, and, basically work through them together. And don't feel offended. Don't get upset by the terms, but try to figure out how to be the best mate or partner, spouse, husband, wife that you can be.
Okay, let me interject. I'm gonna be offended by the term. So can we agree
We're gonna
you're gonna stop
I want
using the term?
let's go through this and then be like, okay, now I understand
To be continued.
where he's coming from when he says this. Okay. I don't feel like you said anything wrong. I didn't say anything wrong to you. I just want us to understand how we feel about that type of situation. Okay. Or that term or whatever. But guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Are you feminine energy or are you a masculine energy type of person? I don't know. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, tune in to the channel, guys. Thanks for joining us today.